Do you think it would be fair to say that you are a Muppet? Just asking. Just asking. It's a legitimate question. What do I mean by Muppet? Automaton. Non-thinking being. Now, 99% of you are. So, the chances are you are. But you wouldn't accept it because you don't know you are. You are in this bubble of fantasy where you think you know what's going on, you're on the world, in the solar system, and you're in a particular country, and so-and-so's in power, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and you've got your pension, and you're paying your mortgage, and whatever, all this stuff. And you think that, you know, that's all true and real. How real is any of that stuff, people? How real is any of it? And so, of course, for many years now I've been presenting you with what could be considered to be home truths, just presenting you with stuff to get you to think or not, that's generally the case, or not. You just don't think about it. You reject it. You don't want to listen. If it isn't suiting your fantasy, your projection of the world, and if you don't think that that's what you need, then you reject everything else. And this isn't necessarily a low educational thing, because it still happens with the higher realms of education. When you have people with degrees and PhDs and this, that and the other, well, they're no different to you in their perception that they think they're real, and they think they're perceiving a real world, and they think they know what's going on, and on the news is said this, and I know that, and in America this is happening, and I know this, and I think that, and I don't believe that. What's going on? I. That's all it is, isn't it? How many times have I advised you, if at all possible, and of course it's not, for 99% of you. So, again, you could say that this is a very demeaning video, classic Awaken Brave. But you see, I don't want to talk to automaton. There's no benefit to you or to me. There's no benefit to anyone or anything if I'm just speaking to automaton. I've got to be speaking to people that can listen to the rationale, what I am saying, and they will have a level of acknowledgement. Yes, I do that. I'm one of these people that you are seeking, Aaron. I'm one that when I look at these idiots on the legacy media, I don't believe a single fucking word of it. Not a single word. And when I listen to idiots talking about religion, I still don't believe a single word of it. It's all bollocks. And you see the contrivance of everything. And for those of you that have seen this film, Idiocracy, and you really know what it means, when you put on those sunglasses and you see the world in a very different way, well, that's a metaphor, people, for becoming awakened. And when you become awakened, you see the world in a very different way, and you see all the muggles around you. Muggles meaning they can't see spirits. They've got no tools whatsoever to discern spirit. They're not spirited themselves, they are automaton. And so even those Harry Potter novels were making that as plain as day, and they were saying, look, 99% of the world's populace are fucking muggles. And that's the case, people. That's absolutely the case. And so I can speak with people who, on the face of it, you know, have listened to a lot of stuff, and they are articulate and seemingly intelligent. But what happens is, when I'm engaging with these people, in time they'll all learn to hate me. They'll all learn to want to be in avoidance of me. The last thing they want to do is have a conversation with someone like me, because I'm going to be allowing them to look into their illusion and present them with their delusion face to face. And how I do this is when people start saying, yeah, well, they're doing this, and you know, they are, you know, freaks, or they're psychopaths. You know, David Icke is a classic. Those psychopaths run the earth, and you know, these sort of things. And I'm like, just because they've got more power and they are doing things that you think is nefarious, why are you projecting onto them that they're psychopaths? Well, they want to chip everybody, and they want to make everyone automated. Excuse me, David, they're already automated. They're already fucking chipped. Only the chip isn't a physical thing in the brain. It's come about with propaganda. The years and years and years of propaganda has already chipped 99% of them. And you're fucking talking to them as if they are quality and they've got value. The man in the street, you think the man in the street's got value. They don't have any value at all outside of the energy which they spend in production. That's the only value that they've got. And they're no different to worker bees, or, you know, ants, or anything of that nature. No different at all. And I just think it's laughable how some humans think that, you know, we're real God-spirited creatures, and we're God's children, and, you know, God made this earth for us, and all this fucking nonsense. And then, you know, Jesus is our saviour. Well, Jesus never stopped anyone from going in front of the firing range. Jesus never prevented anyone from getting a red hot poker stuck up their arse. Jesus never prevented anyone from getting fucking strangled and raped. Jesus never prevented any evil in any shape or form. And so if you think that Jesus is your fucking man, well, you'll probably die of strangulation and death by bum before you find out. And if you find out Jesus was your man, you'll go, where were you, Jesus? When I was getting bombed by a whole army of fucking Russian soldiers or whatever, where were you, Jesus? Oh, blessed one, you are loved. Oh, please, please. The height of stupidity, ignorance, and fantasy projection. And this is what I'm just compelled to keep churning out, the ridiculous nature of the stupid pink ape. That they think they've got a value. Individually, collectively, they go around as if they have value. As if I've got rights, my rights, they're trying to control us, they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. Meanwhile, you're walking on their nice clean streets, you're driving on their nice safe roads, you're entering into their lovely supermarkets with things from all over the world, which they've effectively fucking pillaged and plundered. You're enjoying all that, aren't you? Yeah, you enjoy the fact that you can go into your doctors and, you know, he'll just have a quick checkup and go, there you go, give you a prescription, and then you can go and get your stuff from the pharmaceutical companies, which are trying to do this and try to do that to you. Yeah, and you can say, oh, they're trying to make us take these vaccines and this and the other, and then you're going to sign on the dotted line for your prescriptions, aren't you? You want your cake and you want to eat it, don't you? You know, if you think these pharmaceutical companies, this, that and the other, don't fucking go near them then. Boycott them, right? And if you think this government is this government's that, well, head for the mountains and the Himalayas then. Head for the Amazon jungle. But you don't, do you? You like the supermarkets where you can buy your nice fleeces and your shirts and your shoes and your slacks and all that shit. You love all that shit, don't you? So don't you think it's hypocrisy? It's pure hypocrisy. It's pathetic, because you just You won't accept that. You don't look at that and you don't acknowledge that. And yet, oh, they're doing this to me, and they want to tax me more, and they're putting up the heating bills for me, they're persecuting me. You're nothing. You have zero fucking value outside of the energy that is utilised by them for an amount of time. And when you're over that parameter, i.e. retirement age, which is almost death age, in actual fact it's beyond death age for most people, but if you reach 67 for a male in Britain, then not many get to that age, to be fair. And then when they are, they're like, ooh, 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 and they look about 160. Good God. So yeah, I mean, useful eaters. But when you get to the pension age, you become a useless eater. And you think you've got value. Oh, I put 50 years working into this country, I paid my tax, I did. Oh, big deal. Big deal. Who gives a fuck? No one gives a fuck. You're now obsolete. You're now just a burden on the whole fucking world. And the world wants rid of you. Yes. I see them all over the place. And they've got a whole fucking entourage of nurses and carers and fucking doctors and nurses and pharmaceuticals. I went to the chemist the other day, and in there's about 15 people waiting for their prescriptions, and one old fucker, he had a fucking sack full of this shit. He did. It's big business. Pharmaceutical the pharmaceutical industry, big business, with all these fucking useless eaters all around. I mean, call me cruel, but I looked at them and I looked into their eyes, those that would dare look into the eyes of God. I looked into their eyes, and what did I see? I saw shallowness, I saw fear, I saw bewilderment, I saw desperation, just hanging on for one more minute. They don't know why they're hanging on. If I asked them, why the fuck are you hanging on? I don't know. I've not thought about it. Well, thank God someone has thought about you and millions of others like you, and they've got things in preparation, and they put stuff in your pharmaceuticals because they've thought about it, and they've gone, oh, for goodness sake, they don't even know what they're doing here. They never have known what they're doing here. And you know, how many old people, 70, 80, fucking 90 years old, have I asked, what do you think happens when you die? Oh, I'm not really giving it much thought, to be fair. Oh. That's all I can say. What benefit? What benefit is there? What benefit to anybody or anything? The pharmaceutical companies, as long as then the pharmaceutical companies are getting richer. And of course, you know, that's why they do all this stuff. They make people sick, but not sick enough to die, just sick enough to be sickly all of their lives and dependent. Isn't it a wonderful thing? It's like creating cigarettes. You just get them addicted forever. And, you know, mostly, you know, it takes 50 or 60 years to kill the fuckers, but, you know, you'll get a couple of million quid out of them in the interim. That's what it's like. Do you not think it's like that? Do you not think that the governments which take your tax and spend it on whatever they want to, and they don't even ask you, and they fucking lie to you, treat you like tossers, because they've got so much contempt for you. They hate the air that you breathe, and if it wasn't for the fact that you are useful sometimes, then they would gladly call you all. And so, you know, when I'm speaking with people, yeah, well, they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm like, okay, well, right, let's just take that for instance then. What exactly are they doing? Or you've watched a couple of videos here and there, and then maybe you've watched David Icke, and David Icke's told you that they're lizards and they're psychopaths, and now it's all about me, my taxes, or my heating bill, or, you know, the viruses that they're trying to create, and, you know, now they want to chip us, and AI is going to come and take all our jobs, and oh, goodness me, look at this cosmos out there. Pathetic. You see, if you think the cosmos is out there, then you're like, everywhere, constantly, forever and a day. But if you know that you are the cosmos, you're like, I'm the fucking cosmos. What have I got to worry about? And this is the thing, when you're spiritually enlightened, you see. When you're spiritually enlightened, you know that you are that thing that nobody has ever known anything about. You're that. That's what you really are. It's called consciousness, by the way. Or you could call it spirit. You're that. You can't burn it, you can't cut it, you can't stab it, you can't fucking blow it up, and you can't kill it with injections. It's fucking infinitely free. It just is. And, well, once you know you're that, you know you're invincible. And so whatever they do, they're not going to do it to you, are they? They can fuck with the body. The body's the body. But you, every single one of you, oh, my body, my dog, my life, my house, my car, my job, me. You don't exist. You're nothing. You're just a fantasy. You're a fiction of your own creation. You see? And if you ever bother to educate yourselves, you'd realise you are a fiction of your own creation. Your own being consciousness. Consciousness has created your fictitious avatar. But you've got no idea about that, have you? You say, oh, I suffer. It's fucking ridiculous. That's why I despise the human race. I really do. I really do. I just look at them, they've got such a sense of importance. They think they're so fucking precious. They think they're so important in the cosmos. They think God created this tiny little planet for us. And even if you are an atheist, then, you know, yeah, well, we've got rights. What rights? You're born onto a present planet. Every single square inch of land on this planet is already been owned for thousands of years by someone else. And they've got all the rules and all the jurisdictions, and they've created all the silly religions and this, that and the other, just to keep you in bondage and in exactly where they want you. Terrified of your own mortality, because you've become so ensconced with this fiction that you're a real boy and this is your life and this is all that there is. It's a fucking joke. And if I was to speak with every single one of you now, and I would say to you, so what do you think's going on in the world? Oh, they're doing this and they're doing that. And I'd go, well, who's they? Well, Bill Gates, he's one of them. Well, what's he doing? Well, he's making these injections, you know, and he's trying to do this and trying to do that. Well, what of it? Well, he's evil, he's a psychopath. Well, what are you doing to prevent that then? Well, what can I do? I can't do anything, I'm just little me. Well, if you're just little me, and he's big Bill Gates, you're fucked then, aren't you? So what you crying for? What are you crying for, bitches? They're your masters, you're their bitches. Shut the fuck up and die. That's what I say, stop complaining. Look at all the things that you've got, all the wonderful trinkets you've got in your house. And you go and get in your car and you can go and get on one of their planes and you can drive on their roads and you can fly to countries that they own and you can go to hotels that they own and you can drink all the liquor that they produce. Everything. They do everything for you. And in return, you've got to put a little bit back into the pot. Your energy, because you belong to me. Remember that Angel Heart movie when Robert De Niro played Lucifer? You belong to me. Yes, bitches. You belong to them. Your silly avatar. But the thing that you really are that you don't know you are, because you haven't got a fucking clue, they can't own. And so they use all these silly tricks to get the avatar on the hypnosis. And they've got you all on the hypnosis. And you're terrified of your own demise, and one day I'm gonna die, and oh, well, I'll probably go down to the fiery Gehenna unless I pray to Jesus. And so in the 11th hour, like some of you, when you've got a bit of warning that you're gonna die, oh, Jesus, 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 forgive me. And all your life you've been motherfucking sinners. You know, the reason why I despise you, one of the million reasons, is that none of you have ever had anything intelligent to say. I say none of you, let's just say 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000. And if there's a few residual intellects, self-realised people that watch my videos from time to time, then that's all there is. Everyone else has come and they've gone because they couldn't stand it. Because their ego just doesn't want to be told that they're fucking nothing and they're living in the fantasy. I mean, what do you want to be told? That you're powerful beings and God loves you? Well, okay, as I've said, well, you can continue in that fantasy that God loves you and Jesus loves you and Allah loves you and the Prophet Muhammad loves you and they've all got this special place for you when you die. They ain't got shit going on for you here and now, have they? They ain't got shit going on for you now. Because you're just gonna eat fucking shit and die, and ain't no Jesus or Muhammad doing shit to prevent that. So what the fuck's wrong with you? Why can't you just realise that you eternal consciousness? You don't need no fucking Allah or no Jesus or Yahweh. You don't need any of those motherfuckers. You are it. It is your consciousness, your spirit that's created every fucking thing. Everything emanates from consciousness. Everything emanates from spirit. And all this shit manufactured by the fantasy of the human avatar is just nonsense. Just stories, people. Just stories. And you're all so precious. And then you think you're big. Somehow you think you're big. I'm not having a digital ID. And then it's kind of like, look at me, I'm big, I am. Oh, fucking digital ID. They can go fuck themselves, they can. And I'll say, you're still going to be driving on their roads, are you? You're still going to be using their driver's licence, are you? You're still going to be using their insurance companies, are you? You're still going to be putting their tyres on your fucking car, are you? You're still going to be doing everything which pertains and belongs to them, are you? Well, what else can we do? You can't do nothing. You just answered your own fucking dilemma, twat. You are going to take a digital ID. And if you live in Britain, then our man Starmer is going to tape it to his fucking wiener. And he's going to tape it sideways like that. And he's going to post it right up your fucking jacksie. Because he's going to tape it to his fucking wanger wiener, little fucking sausage, and he's gonna post it in your taco. And then what you're gonna do? Oh, you big man! Oh, don't take it! Oh. And they start, what's his fucking name? Starmer. Kill. Oh, Kill. Oh, you're being rough with me. You'll soon be as bitches. You're all gonna be as bitches. So stop acting big. Stop acting big. That's all I'm saying to you. Stop acting big. And if you say to me, yeah, well, are you going to be taking that ID? Fucking ID. They can give me 1,000 fucking IDs. What does that mean to me? All that's going to mean to me is more fucking money. More free shit. I get absolutely everything fucking free. And I don't need to be terrified of, oh, they're following me and they're monitoring what I'm buying and, well, they'll know what's in my bank account. They know what's in my bank account because they fucking put it there. So they can look into my bank account all they want to. Thank you, Keir Starmer. Thank you, British monarchy. Bring it on. Yes. You pay for everything. Everything I've ever bought in this apartment. Everywhere I've ever been in the last fucking 15 years. Thank you, British government. And so you don't even know why you don't want the digital ID. Yeah, well, they're trying to control us. You think you're something? What, like you're free? Like you're autonomous? Like you can do whatever you want? Oh, here's the thing. Okay, you try and leave the country. Whatever your country you're in, you try and leave the country without their passport. And see how far you get. You get stopped by the cops when you're driving without your driver's license and see how fast you end up in fucking jail. You get caught driving without any insurance and see how fast you end up in jail. You fail to pay your mortgage or your life insurance and anything like that and see how far you get. You'll end up grovelling and looking to suck fucking dick in any fucking public toilet in any fucking train station on the planet. That's where you'll be, grovelling. You'll be begging to come back under the fucking societal wing. They've given you everything you've ever fucking had since you was a tiny little baby. You ain't never had no autonomy. You ain't never had no freedom, save for what they wanted to give you. They have given you everything. And everything that you think you've had, they have given it to you and allowed you to have it. And when they don't want you to have it, they will take it in an instant. And when they don't want you to have something, they'll tell you you're not having that. What part of that don't you get? You think you're free, you think you're autonomous. Yeah, you're free. You're free to get up and go and do your slavery. That's what you're free to do, turds. And then you're free to go into all these fucking shops and spend your fucking wonga. Yeah, you're free to do that. Oh, then you're free to get on planes and go and spend your wonga some fucking where else. Because for 50 fucking weeks of the year, you motherfuckers are slaves. And then they give you 2 motherfucking weeks for you to go and spend all the money you fucking saved up, so they make sure they get every fucking bit of it back. They tax you enormously, so they've got that, and then they tax you on the things you buy, and then they exploit you everywhere in the fucking world, get you in an airport and get you paying like 1,000 fucking % over and above what it costs for a bottle of water. Oh my goodness, and you pay it, don't you? Well, what are you gonna do? Nothing. Exactly, that's my point. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when your nation comes to you and says, oi, cunt, right, digital ID time, get it or we're going to fuck you up? Well, you're going to do it. You're not even going to put up any resistance. All big talk. All big talk. And then when they want to chip your fucking brain, they're going to do that as well. What are you going to do? Where are you going to run? They own the fucking world. They own all the trains, all the buses, all the cars. You think you own yours. You don't own shit. And then when they want to turn it off, they just turn it off. And they'll just turn you off. They can just turn off social media. They can just turn off your bank accounts. They can just turn off your credit cards. They can turn you off, motherfuckers. You're nothing. You're nobody. And so it's high time you realise that. And it's high time that you get down and kiss the fucking smelly feet of the world's masters, because if it wasn't for them, you'd still be living in the fucking dark ages. I'm telling you, people, every single thing you've got comes from the back of somebody else which has been in the same position of slavery as you turds. It's slave fucking labour that's created absolutely everything, and now we've got literally streets paved with gold. It's called tarmac, and it's flat and it's easy to negotiate. Yes, so you're actually living in heaven. It's a fabricated heaven, and it's created by your masters, which you don't want to accept. And you think that they're evil psychopaths when you are just gobbling up all the proceeds of it. Fucking retards. And this is why you make me sick. You make me sick to my fucking core. You do, because you can't think about anything. You're so dumb. You are so fucked up. You're just pieces of shit at the end of the day. Pieces of shit. And the only way you can think is from inside your bubble. That's all you've got. You see, an enlightened being thinks from outside of the avatar. That's where I think from. I think from the cosmos, because I am the cosmos. And then I look at around my fucking creation and I go, this is like that, and that's like that, and that's like that, and that's just that. Yeah, it's all perfect. It's all going to plan. Every single bit of it is all going to plan. And then even the little turd avatars that, oh, they're trying to control me. Trying to control you. You fucking idiots. You couldn't even run 50 yards, could you? 90% of you couldn't even run 50 yards. You couldn't do fucking 20 press-ups. And you think they've got a problem controlling you. Oh my God. You're fucking laughable. You're laughable. And, you know, I'll make videos like this, pointing it out, and you won't say nothing. You'll say fuck all. You'll be absolutely stum. And you wouldn't even dare these days go, oh, I'm not taking a digital ID. Some of you in the past have, and I've called you out. I've called you cowardice fucking faggots. Ow, you will take the ID. Because you're fucking turds, but you just freaking think you're something else. You think you're powerful turds somehow. You're just fucking turds in a sewer. You're just turds in a fucking sewer. And you are gonna stink just the same as anybody else. There's no way out, people. There's nowhere to fucking run. There's nowhere to go. They own the world and they own you, bitches. Fucking joke. So you've got Alex Jones crying, you've got David Icke crying, you got Russell Brand crying, and they're all crying about them. I just turn it around. I know all about them, but I also know all about you. And I know all about them doing what they do to you. And I know all about you crying about them. What are you doing? What are you doing to counter any of that? Nothing. Nothing. Not a single thing. So what can you say? All of you that, oh no, digital ID, oh, fucking chip me over my dead body. They will. Yes, yes. Over your dead body then. It'll either be you'll be chipped, motherfuckers, or you will die. And so that's the way it's going. That's how it is. Can't anyone see that? You know, all you've got to do is cast your eyes back. Let's just go back 2,000 years and then come forward incrementally with the, let's say, advances that the human being have been subject to. Because they've always been told what is required of them. The powers that be pick out a few of the clever ones and they go, we want you to find this out. We want you to create this and we want you to discover that. Just like Oppenheimer and Einstein did when they were told to find a way to create nuclear fission. Right? Because we need that. Because we need to kill millions of you motherfuckers. And so you go, okay, well, I'll help create this thing which is probably going to kill me as well. Like Oppenheimer said. What did he say? Something like, I can't remember the quote. But he wasn't happy about it because he realised that all he'd done was effectively created something to be used by them to kill the masses, to kill the people. And so it's kind of like you give all this power in the hands of the odd few up there. It's not a good idea, is it? But they did it, didn't they? Einstein, Oppenheimer, and thousands and millions of other scientists. They've all been working towards it. Exocet missiles, and you fucking name it, they've all been working towards it. And look at them all now, working in the factories, creating AI. And they're going, AI's gonna kill us all. And yet they're still fucking tweaking with the nuts and fucking bolts and soldering the fucking circuits together, aren't they? Yes, fucking Muppets. Muppets, Muppets, Muppets. And so, do you want sympathy from me? No. No. By the way, I'm what's called an accelerationist. Let that be a new terminology for you. I am an accelerationist. Now, this is a new term for me also. I've just recently discovered it. Why has it took me so long? Because very, 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 very few visionaries are what is termed a accelerationist, who believe that we're in a shit time of humanity. It's going to get much, much worse. It's going to be painful. It's going to be really, really painful before we come out the other side transformed with the human 2.0, which is going to be cyborg. And so, in this transitional period, many will die, many will suffer, and the whole world will be in flames. And so the accelerationists are like, listen, we can see the future. We know absolutely it's gonna happen. So let's just get on with it, shall we? Let's just stop this bitching around and all these fucking Muppets. They're trying to control us. Just do them. Just invent something. Just create something. Just do them. Just get rid of those. Out with the old and in with the new. That's what we need to do. We need to go into the 22nd century. We've got to leave all this shower shit behind. We've got to go into a new world. Into the brave new world. And so, there's no avoiding that. It will not be stopped. You've all seen the fucking movie. It was called Terminator. It will not stop. And a few fucking scattered, silly, weak, pink apes here and there with their silly fucking laser guns ain't doing shit. Except walking and slipping over fucking human skulls. That's all they're ever gonna do. Oh my God. You see, the thinking ability of the vast majority of human beings, there's only 1 in a million, it seems, that can think in this special way, whereby you go outside of yourself. Nobody can think outside of themselves. They're contained in this selfness, and it's so preposterous, it really is. But once you can go outside and you can look at the world from outside, look, it's like having an out-of-body experience. In the old days, they used to say that you go out on a silver cord. Well, I ain't never seen no silver fucking cord, and I've listened now to thousands of people who ain't never seen no silver fucking cord. But in the early days, because someone once said because they assumed that, well, you must be attached to the body, then there was a silver cord, and blah, blah, blah. But there ain't no silver cord. And we can just keep applying that to every fucking thing. You know, that this pertains to this and that is related to that. Well, it's just all, it's just all imagination. It just gets fucking spread around like memes, and then memes actually become a reality. They actually become like egregores. They make manifest into a physical reality, a so-called physical reality, because nothing's physical, but as physical as anything else. Then, you know, these memes, they become real, don't they? Like that fucking frog thing, you know? Yeah. And so people, they're thinking about themselves, and they're looking at what they think is the world out there. There is no world out there, people. There's no fucking world anywhere except for in cosmic consciousness. That's where the world is. But from your silly avatar perspective, you think the world's out there. Just like when you go to a cinema and you think that all the streets there and all the deserts there and all the forests there, whatever you've seen in the movie, you think it's all there, and you and you're like this. You bought into it. You bought into this. This is a 360 movie. This is a three-dimensional movie. You've all bought into it. Very, very silly you are. Very silly and very naive. Good God. Good God. Few escape. Few are endowed with the supremacy to be able to see it for what it is. And so, I look at all you idiots, and all intelligent people have always said this. All you're ever doing to my videos is like, he's waking Braves off on one again. He's talking about, oh, we don't know. He's saying that we're Muppets and Muggles. Oh. But what do you think about that, Pet? Oh, no. I don't know. No, well, you wouldn't, would you, Pet? So, best just keep listening to them. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Keep listening to the working wave. Whenever I say anything, I say like, well, you use these words like, I think, and I don't agree, or I agree, and, you know, I don't believe, or I believe. I don't ever hear anyone saying, I know. I can say I categorically know as far as my whole human experience is concerned. If the human being can actually know something, then I feel as if I know something, and I've experienced something. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've interpreted it with my own brain in a rational, cognizant way. I've felt it with my own hands, or I've read copious amounts of it, and it all seems to make logical, rational, reasonable sense. I put the pieces together, and so it's a bit like, I suppose, a scientist or a psychologist. When you listen to people and they tell you their stories about this, that and the other, well, you start to form, you start to create something, don't you? You start to build something. What is it that a psychologist is building? They are actually building another avatar. They're building an avatar outside of the one that's doing all the talking. So if you came to see me and you started in these sessions, and I'll be asking you questions and I'll be writing stuff down, I'll be writing down a profile, and eventually this profile would depict a human avatar. And this profile, I would say, well, this profile has a propensity to do that. It has biases in these realms, and it's got fears in these realms, and all of a sudden what I would have done is I would have created an avatar, a two-dimensional avatar on paper, which is a truer version of the one that you're speaking from, because you don't know what you're saying. You can't make head or sense of all these thoughts inside your mind and inside your body and all these energies. You can't make sense of that, but me being outside, I can make sense of it, right? And I've wrote it down, and I've created a new better version of you. And this is what I want to tell you. This is what the psychologist, a real psychologist, is going to be saying. Well, this is what you need to be like. So you need to come out, spirit, you need to come out of that old avatar body, and you need to manifest into this two-dimensional one. And when your spirit manifests with this two-dimensional information, this profile, it will become a three-dimensional avatar. Huh? Yes. Said, you don't get that, do you? That's too beyond you. That's vastly too beyond you. You just think that's stupid. It's not stupid, people. Oh, wow, 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 wow. You see, in the human brain, when you have people like schizophrenics, and they create these characters, and these characters, in a true schizophrenic, they're independent from the others. And that's why you've got people like Ed Gein, the monster, the mass murderer, who truly believed that he never killed anyone. Because it was the alter, the detached version within his consciousness which did all that. and they never shared the same circuits of brain. They had their own circuits within the brain. One was absolutely bloodthirsty and murderous and that and the other one was the reasonable sort of guy that went to dinner with his mother's friends, and you know, they played crib after, and it was all very civil. Yeah, but the twain never met, you see. And that's the nature of a schizophrenic. And so you can see that these avatars, they multi-personality. You know, I go further than that, and some highly intelligent people have gone further than that as well. And they say, well, you know, they are real, actual entities. They're real spirits within, sharing the one avatar. When you've got schizophrenic, they are real entities. Why? Because they do real shit, don't they? You've got the psychopath, which enters the body. It's created. Somehow they're created. It's like egregores. If you know how egregores are created, it's the amount of energy. So if you take the Ed Gein scenario, for instance, for those of you that haven't watched it, I would advise that you watch it. You need a strong stomach for it. But if you watch that, then you can see how years and years of suppression, Ed Gein, from his mother, from his obsessive, paranoid, fucked up mother, he lived a whole world inside his mind, and lots of the stuff that he wanted to do became so painful because he knew that it was wrong, or thought that this was wrong, going against his mother's desires, like having sex even with himself, let alone woman. So therefore then he created another alternate outer in his consciousness, and this outer operated completely independent without the regular Ed Gein knowing anything about it. And so you can see from that it actually happens. But what I'm saying is about you guys, you've just got one level of consciousness, and that's the program. And all you know is the program, and you think the world's out there, and you think, you know, this is true, and that's not, and I don't believe, and I don't think, and all these fantasies that you projected. That's all you're doing. You are projecting all your fantasies. And if you don't believe in God, it's because you don't feel the need for it. But if some of you do feel the need for it, then you do believe in it. You just pick things out. It's like being in a candy store. You go in a candy store, some people like chocolate, some people like bonbons, some people like other little fucking varieties of sweets, and you've all got your own choices, and you take those things. And so that's what you do. You've got your own projections, because your life has been a candy store, and you're used to certain candies, and now you project those candies onto everything. But you don't know you're doing that. And if you had a conversation with me, you'd be absolutely lost. You think you're speaking to an alien, just like you are now. For those of you that have even got this far, you think you're speaking to an alien because you can't enter into this level of cognition. You may think, oh, I know what you're talking about. That's no so great. Oh, really? Really? And I've always said this to you. Well, really, if you are within that realm, then, well, why don't you come and you tell me something, and you get my mind taxed, and you get me questioning you? But no, not a single one of you has ever done that. You've never done that. No one's ever done that. Others, you know, you come for a chat, and you know, it's on a level, but I have to rein my fucking mind in, I really do. Otherwise I get my interlocutors just staring at me. Like that. You see, like I'm always saying about these concentric circles. Circles within circles within circles. When you are in one of these inner circles, you cannot see outside of your circle. But when you are outside, you can see in, because your consciousness is expanded beyond all of those. Makes sense, doesn't it, a little bit? Oh, try. Do try, people. And so if you are in there, and we're all in one of those, by the way, even I'm in one of those. I mean, there's doubtless vastly more expansive states of consciousness than mine. But to be quite honest, I've never seen too many of them. And yeah, I listen to people and I'm like, okay, well, this person's coming from a different state of consciousness. I need to pay the greatest of attention if I'm going to be assimilating what this person's saying. And but usually it's not the magnitude of what is being said, but it's the way in which it was conveyed. You see, when we are reading books which are 100 years old or 200 years old, they're very often written in a way that is kind of obscure to us today. And the reason why it's obscure, people, because the language, the meaning of words has changed so drastically. Now, I'm still reading this book. I'm almost finished it now. And René Guénon, he's already saying in this book, when it was written in 1947, he's already saying that the language is being diluted and perverted to the point whereby none of us know what these words mean, because they all mean so much. So something different. You know, so one of the conversations I was having, I'll finish it on this, with, you know, one of the viewers. And it was about Jeffrey Epstein was a paedophile. And I'm like, look, I mean, I haven't even looked up the definition of paedophile. But in all my life, what has constituted being a paedophile is an adult which preys on prepubescent children. A paedophile has always been, in my mind, a child which is prepubescent. They are not mature enough for sex. Now, if you've got males or females, and you know, the male can ejaculate and has got hairs on his bollocks, whatever that age would it be 13, 14, and if a girl is creating ovaries and she's menstruating, then as far as evolution is concerned, people, I'm not talking about fucking laws or bullshit social constraints, I'm talking about evolution. If a girl is menstruating, then by evolutionary standards, she is a woman. She can give birth to a child, and she will have mammaries which will feed it milk, because her whole body is working in that way. Her body is creating ovaries, and she's got a womb, and it's all ready to go. And this can be at 11 or 12 years old with girls. And so, before that, then that's the paedophilia category. Because if you look on Google, which I did last night, I just Googled, I first Googled, like, was Epstein convicted of sex with you know, girls under a certain age, and I couldn't find any evidence of it. And albeit it was kind of like, oh yes, Epstein was charged with you know, procuring girls at 14 years old, there wasn't a single conviction on any of these girls that were named in any case. So it's kind of like, well, who are these girls then? Were they a reality, or was it just fiction? Was it just created? Because the last thing I heard when I was looking into the Epstein thing, he was convicted of having sex with younger girls, women, which were, you know, like 17, because the age of 17 came under the legal realm in the state of Florida, which is 18. You're adult when you're 18. But goodness me, these girls have had hairs on their pussy since they were 11 or 12 years old, and they've been producing ovaries since they were like 11 or 12 years old, 13 years old. And so were they minors? Were they children? Was Epstein really a paedophile? When you look on Google, it states that the correct terminology for a paedophile has always been someone who is at least 5 years older than the person they are having sex with, and the person they are having sex with is prepubescent. That's a paedophile. 5 years older, prepubescent. So where does 17-year-old girls come into that paedophilia thing then? But you see, like all language, when you keep reading down in Google, it says these days, however, basically anything can come under that category where there's a sexual predator and the young adults are below the legal age of consent. So it's now about the legal age of consent. And I was saying to my friend who I'm speaking to about this, well, okay, Florida, unfortunately for Jeffrey Epstein, had the legal age of consent being 18 years old. 18 years old. Fucking hell. You know, in France, girls can get married at 15. In Sweden, girls can get married at 15. In Britain, girls can get married at 16. So they can all have sex and all get married and have babies at 15 and 16. Yet in America, it's 18 in some states. And so, go figure. So what are they doing to the young adults? They're saying, hey, you're not in control of your body. It isn't legal and lawful for you to have sex. And so if anybody does have sex with you, if you're 15, 16 and 17, well, if they're 5 years older, we'll classify them as a paedophile and we'll send them to prison. Is that right? Is that correct, people? I don't think it's correct. And, you know, if we looked at across the whole world, I don't think we'd find anywhere outside the great free United States of America which will impose on their society young independent adults which can't be free to have sex until the state tells them to when they're 18 years old. And yet those fuckers would say that you're old enough to get drafted probably at fucking 17 or even at 16. You see, what we've done now in Britain, what Starmer's done, he's reduced the age which you're legally allowed to vote at. Now, it used to be 18, but now they've reduced it to 16. And people are speculating the reason why they've reduced it to 16, obviously, because they want to get young minds, young impressionable minds, because when they're in school, the schools invariably are liberalist schools, and so they can get their vote. But not only that is that at 16 years old, if they are old enough to vote, they're old enough to be drafted. And so they speak about bringing the national service back in our country, bringing the forced draft back so they can send these boys into war. Oh, goodness me, people, I'm not, I don't have any allegiance with any of this stuff. None of it. Absolutely none of it. It's all bollocks. It's all fucking bollocks. It's all so varied all over the world. It's just all concocted by cunts in suits, and as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't mean fucking nothing. What means something to me is the way I see things in a rational, fucking logical and reasonable way. That's the only thing that means something to me. And I can see that almost bar none, invariably I've never come upon anyone who is free enough to be able to think outside of their own biases and outside of their own trauma and outside of their own suffering and outside of their own propaganda and all the rest of it. They can't see outside of that. They seriously can't see through the fucking fog. It's like having a misted up bathroom mirror. They can't see beyond that. And it always boils down to, I don't think, I don't believe. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who is this I that you're talking about? This I is just a conglomerate of fucking programs, you fucking knobhead. Stop talking about the fucking I. Just come out of that and speak from a rational, intelligent perspective. And then you can say to yourself, rationality or intelligence is now speaking. Intelligence is speaking. Don't be speaking about I. I's just a perversion. I's just a fucking fiction of your own imagination. And albeit, you know, we all have to say it, because we're all programmed into it and nobody responds to anything else. And if I didn't say to you, if I said to you all the time, look, we can read many books, and in the books, when the author is saying what the author does and thinks, they will write, the author thinks this, or the author did that, or the author said that. And then you think to yourself, hang on, you're speaking about yourself. Why don't you say I? But no, they don't do that. Writers like Sigmund Freud and like René Guénon, I think it was something from the past. They never spoke about the first person. They spoke about the author. So it was, you would never think that this book is being written by this person. This person is an I, and he's saying I who wrote this think that. No, they don't do that. They speak about the author. They detach themselves from this information. Why do they do that? It makes it less personal, doesn't it? Because then people, maybe they wouldn't have the rejection because it's been written by a person and I don't agree with that person. It just becomes information, you see. And it's not from a person, it's not from an I. Can you see that? It's independent. Have you thought about that? No. You never thought about that, have you? Why is it that you've never thought about these things? And when I'm speaking to you about them now, why is it that you don't store this information? Why you don't think about it and think, fucking hell, why didn't I think about that? I've read quite a lot of books and I seem to remember, yes, Aaron's right. Some of these authors have spoken about the author. They haven't spoken about themselves. They've never mentioned the I in the fucking literature. Why haven't they done that? What's the ramifications of that? What's the implications of that? What does that mean to me as a reader, reading about the author and not the person, you see? Yes. There's a big difference, isn't there, between an author and a person. Anyway, I've kicked your bollocks from one side of your fucking nation to the next. How do you feel about that? For those of you that have the stomach, for those of you that remotely have the fucking mindset to sit through this, how do you feel about that? Do you feel bereft? Do you feel small? Do you resign yourself that you must be an automaton because you don't think how I do? You don't know what I'm saying. You don't know where I'm coming from. Or are you going to be the sort of turd that's going to go, oh, I know all what you're saying, Aaron. It's just that I can't articulate it. Really? Well, no. Because if you knew all what I'm saying, well, you'll be able to speak all that I'm saying also. And if you really, really knew it, then it'd just flow off the end of your fucking tongue, wouldn't it? So don't be giving me that bullshit. Don't be doing it.